Yes, people, we are back, and of course, Cass, you are top of the league. Big up your damn self. Manchester United won. Fulham 0. Big up the BSB raid. Big up everyone who just come from the BSB community. NAF, we are live, so make sure you guys are running up the likes. Make sure you guys are subscribing to all the mandem. You know what I'm saying? And make sure you are subscribing to the channel as well, man. We've got some hard workers that, taking their time to jump in today. So big up to everyone. You know what I'm saying? We're going to be speaking about the game. We're going to be speaking about some performances. And of course, Joshua, ZIRKZEE, ZIRKZEE, Jay-Z, Hove. You know what I'm saying? Hove, H to the is O, B to the is A. You know what I'm saying? Big up ZIRKZEE. Cass, do you now believe me when I told you ZIRKZEE's cold? Believe me now.
I like what I saw when he decided to get the ball.
Yeah, well, when he got the ball, but do you know when I tried to say, bro, this guy's tidy. He's tidy.
Yeah, he's nice. He's nice. Oh, yeah, by the way, as you lot can see, I'm on my phone because my internet is actually down in my area. So, hence the lateness. Otherwise, I would have went about 15 minutes ago, innit? So, it's what it is.
No worries. Listen, man, we're here now. Lateness is greatness. But, yeah, man, before we get into any... Because I can see that before we get into what we really think about the game, can we just give Joshua ZIRKZEE his flowers? Honestly, can we give, like, for me, people are just going to say he got the goal in it. For me, everything he did was just everything United were missing in the 9. The little touches off the ball, the little back kills, playing off him, winning his aerial duels. He's kind of quick for his size as well. Deceptively quick as well. Deceptively quick.
Agile is the word. The word out.
Yeah, very agile for someone who's 6'4", bro. 6'4". You know what I'm saying? Quality. For me, again, like for those who watch Never a Foul, when we were doing the Joshua ZIRKZEE streams, I was trying my best to say, and Cass, please vouch for me. I was literally doing Captain Saver Hope for Joshua.
All right,
ZIRKZEE.
if you're gonna big up him, I want you to big up Maguire. I want you to big up Mazraoui. I want you to big up a lot of the other players as well.
Yeah, of course, bro. Don't get me wrong. There were performances for me. Maguire is someone who, for me, hasn't put a foot wrong for United for a little while now. I'm not gonna lie, hasn't put a foot wrong.
But we'll forget that one.
Yeah, but bro, come on, man. Like as a defender, his first and foremost job is defending. He's done what he needed to do. Casemiro was back to his best today, man of the match. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, there are other quiet performances, and we'll get into those. But I think on the ball, United were better. My genuine opinion on the game. I think in transition, that midfield is still shit, man. Ten Hag has to go. There's individual quality there. There's quality there. But Ten Hag has to go, man. Tactically off the ball.
Go where? Go where?
To the unemployment center.
How about
bro, literally.
Because last time I checked, they had 2 transitions and we actually dealt with both of them. So, well, actually, they had a few transitions, but the one that was clean cut.
One of them. There was more than a few.
I'm not gonna like Cash.
Individual brilliance from Maguire or individual shittance from Andreas Pereira who tried to play that ball through, maybe. But other than that, we nullified them. See, anyone, I said first and foremost, Friday under the lights is going to be nervy for probably the fans and obviously everyone to see what we can see. I saw defensive lines. I saw pressing into oblivion. And I saw like moments as well where we could have been 2-0 high and dry. You, man, if you're trying to come in here, most of you, by the way, in the comments, told me that Fulham were going to beat us, we're going to get a draw, all of that. And all of a sudden, they don't have the quality up top. But Muniz was getting gassed up. Shut the fuck up. I heard Emil Smith throw dagger. The guy went missing after the 15th minute. Didn't see him again.
Bro, like Ahmad.
Ahmad was all right, to be fair. I'm not going to lie. But anyways, combination plays down the wing. Like, I saw a shape. So allow it, bro.
Ahmad
you man are trying to hate already.
I'm a fan of Ahmad, but he wasn't good today.
But I think that y'all try to use this hate word. Y'all try to use this hate word to make you guys seem more important than what you actually are. Just because people could critique the performance, it doesn't mean that you're hating because you critique the performance. So I gotta be like on my knees for this performance for me not to be called a hater.
Bro, do you know what it is? Man U fans are showing. Some Man U fans are showing. They're showing their hand already. They're showing their hand. Like, I can't, like, for me, that first half, I saw promising signs on the ball. I think your attacking patterns is something that I'm seeing that's different. but off the
Look how
ball.
Cass is acting. Yo, after 3 points against
Wait,
Fulham.
hold on.
This is
Let me go around the
crazy.
board.
Nah,
I got
Cass,
Staffy, by the way.
stop.
My Aki, yeah. Come on, man. Aki's in the building. Hey, first and foremost, yeah, Juma Mubarak. Second of all, Josh, are you top of the league?
Wait, who?
No.
Oh my god.
Wait,
You did Josh again. His name's not Josh.
Let me finish. Oh, Jacob.
His
Were you
name's
talking to
not
me?
Josh.
Backstage, he called me Josh.
He already
I
told
No,
you
and then I
his
think he
name's
just
not
called
Josh.
Will Josh again. What's going on here? No internet. Cass forgets everybody's name. I didn't know.
I'm sorry, Jacob. Actually, I apologize for that. It's rude.
Were you talking to me?
He was thinking Josh was
I wasn't talking about you.
Yeah,
That was Will.
ZIRKZEE, bro. Sorry, man. That's how highly I think. of you.
Josh is on the mind. I understand.
Yeah. Mons, have you got 3 points or no? Will, have you even played
I
the
haven't
game
played.
yet? I don't think so. And you know what, Joey, you're just gassed about Ben Chilwell. So at this moment of time, let me ask the other correspondent of my fellow fan base called Staffy. Staffy, come on, man. Are you top of the league right now, Staffy? Like with me?
Listen, I don't want to do this shameless thing.
Actually, you know what? Actually, how about
the
this?
numbers don't lie, so I guess you're right.
There we go. That looks better.
I guess the numbers don't. The table don't lie, so I guess you're
The
right.
table don't lie, man. And you know what? Yeah, some man in here are nervous about their games tomorrow or on Sunday.
Man
Not
City.
me. Not
Joey,
me.
let's talk.
Not me either. I play on
the
Monday.
Foxes, Fox in the box.
I don't play
Spurs.
till Monday.
Let's
I don't play
talk.
till Monday. He said Saturday and Sunday. Monday
Okay,
was
so
not
you don't.
included in that.
So you don't belong.
I miss out on the technicality.
Kieran McKenna. What do you have for me tomorrow, McKenna? 7:30 in the morning. Too early for me. I will be there.
Anyway,
We'll be there.
Let me turn up my phone because when I talk, obviously I don't have headphones in. So go on.
Now, what are we saying though?
No. Listen, Staff. Obviously, you came in and you were just shaking your head straight away. I need to know what's going through your mind, my boy.
Oh no, Cass was doing this shameless thing. But listen, I know Cass. Cass is a proud flip flop. He admitted it before, and I get it, bro. When we win, he wants to be a top red. I won't hate on it. Listen, I feel like we're getting overhated today. I wasn't really happy. I'm not gonna lie. I was happy with the 3 points. I wasn't happy throughout the game, so I'm not even gonna lie about that. But my concerns have nothing to do with what people been criticizing us for, and that's what pissed me off. I'm hearing people criticize us for doing one-on-one defending today. What? If it wasn't for Mazraoui, wait, what? If it wasn't for him doing his job? Oh, if it wasn't for Maguire, I'm like, wasn't for the center back doing his job? Oh, if it wasn't for this, if it wasn't for that, and I'm like, I'm trying to hear it, and I'm like, so you're telling me you're angry because our defenders actually defended well one-on-one today? That's interesting. I didn't know that's something to be ashamed of. The only criticism I had is going forward, I didn't like our possession in the opposition's half. It looked all over the place. It didn't look like it was rehearsed. It didn't look like it was practiced. It looked like our chances were sporadic. And they were too sporadic. Like, there's just no patterns that I didn't like that. I wanted to see if we had on the ropes for a good 30 minutes, 20 minutes, and we're just going down the line, down the byline, every them cooking them, throwing the ball into the box, I'd be like, you know what? Nah, we're cooking something. Our wing play is good. Our creation is good. I didn't see a lot of that today. I saw chances being created randomly. Bruno, probably one of the worst performances I've ever seen from him. One of them came from a press. Let's be honest, Leno gifted us that. And the other one came from a decent 1-2 that was played from Casemiro behind, and he missed it. Second half, Mount, same thing. We played him a ball from the left from Rashford, missed it. So we missed a lot of chances. Even the last one, the Garnacho one, which, to be honest, it was a mistake, but he should be burying the 100%. So if we didn't win today, it would have been 100% our fault. This notion that Fulham deserved to win, I don't know where that's coming from, because
I don't think Fulham deserve to win, bro. I think
a lot of people said that. I'm not saying you said that, but a lot of people said that. I'm like, but why? And they're like, well, there was that one chance where they squared it and Martinez cleared it as it's going across the goal. And I'm like, so what? We had the same one where Garnacho put it to Rashford and it was cleared by Tete, I think.
Why you so upset about it though,
Staffy? My opinion is that you guys, for me, genuinely never looked comfortable throughout that game. And off the ball, it's the same old problems with United. I think the attacking patterns were better.
Bollocks.
Like your attacking patterns for me it's something that I'm seeing more, which we barely saw enough last season because there was a lack of goals last season. You know what I'm saying? From all cylinders, lack of goals. But today, we saw little triangles, little combinations that you're not really used to seeing from these players. So that's what's improved. Off the ball, bro, for me, same. That midfield is...
Our press wasn't good in the beginning. I agree with you. It took us a while for us. Every time we lost the ball, we didn't look good in the beginning.
It took 15 minutes. It didn't take nothing.
But we grew into the game.
We were shit, when we limited their chances and they kept going long because we forced them to. Is like me saying, did you man fall asleep during the game about Man United was shit off the ball? We got them, bro. Most teams, actually, if not, all teams get caught in moments as well. Obviously, they have to get through at some point. That's a game of football. But to say off the ball, Man United was shit is bollocks. Some of them you get discredited.
You guys went pound for pound.
Wait, Kaz. The first 20 minutes of the game, you guys were getting
and the second half.
You got hold on. Then from like the 22nd minute till halftime, you guys were cooking them. After halftime, that whole second half.
5 minutes. It took 5 minutes.
No, the whole second half, Fulham were the better team.
No, they weren't.
I don't think so.
They didn't even do nothing.
I agree. Second half.
Second half, Fulham were.
I guess it's what you depend on.
I think it was more even the second half. The first half.
Fulham were better in the second half.
Yeah,
but to say they were better than us, that's where I have an issue.
It was
were
a
better
closer
than
competition in the second half. I'll put it that way.
They gave us a game. They came out aggressive.
That we saw last season. Everybody's talking about because I remember like. Every time, like I debate about how like Ten Hag wants to play and certain kind of players won't work there, and everybody tells me about how this preseason you guys did like like overhaul things and the style of play is going to be different. This looks exactly like what I was watching last season.
No, it wasn't though. That's not true because our possession was.
Well, then I don't know what I was watching. I don't know.
Wait, one second. If you compare this game to the Wolves game last season, it is the same result, but the difference is. Wolves that day should have left with the 3 points. All of us agreed that they missed too many chances where it was like, how did you do all that? And then United shit house a goal in the last 10 minutes or whatever it is. Versus today, we should have, bro, I'm not gonna lie to you, we should have been up 2-0 in the first half. Bruno was just being a bum. And bro, we had like it's not even clear chances, but every header that Casemiro won in their box. These headers on a different day, he had like 3 different headers that all missed the target, slightly missed the target. Another day, Casemiro scores these because he scores a lot of headers. These are chances that I'm not even considering big chances, but these are at least half chances where I can look at them like, you know what? On a different day, he probably gets one of these headers at least on goal. Second half, Mason Mount missing a chance. As I said, Garnacho missing a chance.
Casemiro's outside the box, clear, easy shot, left or right.
Even the middle one, it was right off the post. Next, like right off the goal. That's what I'm saying. We did enough to win today. It just wasn't a convincing win because we didn't take our chances. And as I said, our chances were too random and sporadic. I didn't like that. But this is I couldn't say that last year because last year I was sitting there saying, how the fuck are we clearing this ball off the line? How the hell is Onana making this last minute save? How is this? How is that? Go watch that Wolves game again. That Wolves game, I think I don't even remember how many shots they had, but it was 20 plus. Today, apparently, we conceded 10 shots on target. That is not a lot compared to what we used to. Our average was 20 plus. So that's then less than 50%. So you do got to look at it and say, it's not great. Not by no means. I'm still looking at Ten Hag, bro, and I'm still pissed. Today, I was pissed because I wanted to see a convincing win. I wanted us to win early. I don't want a last minute win so we don't sit here and have this convo. But it's a little bit disingenuous to say it's the same thing.
No,
last year we didn't dominate possession.
It's because like you guys are playing Fulham, right? So you going out there and having these opportunities.
Beat us,
this is who you
That's what I'm trying to say.
Okay, but what I'm saying is you guys should be going out there and creating these chances against Fulham, who just lost their best player in Paulinho this summer, and they haven't replaced him.
Bro, they went pound for pound, bro. They went pound for pound with Fulham at home, bro.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't know if you can consider that pound for pound. I'm not gonna lie.
Bro, they lack quality. Like that's the only issue that they had today. But they were in and around the box. They were
Premier League team.
Guys.
Wait. When you say hold on. So when you say Fulham, when you say it's just Fulham, that is the same team that beat me last year. What are you saying, Joey? My bad.
Yeah, it's okay. No, to me, like as much like there's still like the warning signs though, right? Staffy, like for me, like the players that you wanted to rely on, you wanted to see better performances from, like those are the issues that I have, right? When it comes to this game, and Ten Hag starting the game without a striker, even though he has a striker on the bench, it once again, like that right there, like those are the worrying things. Once you're both wingers didn't look like wingers until Garnacho came on, and
I agree.
really
Our wing play was horrible.
like
I agree.
it was like once again there's
Well,
still
you didn't like
like
that time Rashford was running and
signs, right? Like I'm not saying that you guys didn't deserve the win, because overall I think you did. Like there was enough of the chances that were missed that probably should have been put away, where it could have been at least 2-0 in the end, right? Like we all probably agree in there. Or they may have scored 1 and it could have been 2-1. But the amount of chances that you guys missed in that game, it was a lot of them were, like you said, like sporadic chances that were uncreated, like without actual like a style of play going forward.
It looked unrehearsed. That's what I said. It just looked unrehearsed.
Exactly. But the midfield still, like for me, it feels like you're not getting the best out of Mino where he is at this current moment.
I agree.
You're not, and it feels like Casemiro is getting megged every other time someone goes down the field.
He grew into the game. I'm like, at the minute I tweeted about him, he grew into the game.
I know.
I might tweet about him every time.
Really good. Eventually, he looked really good. Like eventually, but like in the beginning of the game, I'm sitting there. I'm like, yo, are they gonna get through right away? Because it just felt like nothing was structured whatsoever. It took a bit, but it just felt like those are the type of games. Here's the thing: with a little bit more quality, if you let 20 minutes of a little bit more quality of a team, they punish you in those 20 minutes. Do you see what I'm saying? And that's the worrying signs. Just if I'm from outside looking in, because you guys deserve the win. That's all.
I'm not gonna lie, yeah. You know what it is? It's like the creation doesn't need to always come from creation of open play. Sometimes, like I said, we pressed Fulham into chances like that. Except for the Leno one. Leno didn't need to do that. That was just dumb, right? Which was one of the chances. But we pressed them. There was a lot of times where we could play a better ball. To say that the wing play was atrocious, maybe from the left hand a little bit, but Ahmad was actually doing a lot of triangle 1-2s down the wing as well. Actually, so was Rashford with the low. So that's why I say it wasn't the best, wasn't the worst. But they went into a low block, which obviously means there's less space to even do anything. So I'm looking at it like that. The thing is,
I'm not necessarily blaming the wing play on them, though. I'm not necessarily blaming the wing play on Rashford or I'm blaming it on the system and the style itself.
Yeah, for me,
of like
we
kept they get isolated over there. There's nothing to bring the ball, whip the ball in. No one to whip the ball in.
I hear it, but
everybody they whip the ball into Bruno a few times in the air, and Bruno
was
just
so useless,
right by his head. Like it was like.
But Joey, wait, Joey, let me counter that.
That's concerning.
So let me counter that, Joey. One second, Cass. I can counter that, and I'll tell you why. You just said that we didn't play with a striker, and I agree with you. By the way, a lot of what you said, I agree with. So I'm not even trying to argue you, and I want to give you now a different perspective. Now, when ZIRKZEE plays, and you've seen ZIRKZEE did it, the guy's like 6'4". ZIRKZEE playing in that situation instead of Bruno, that one cross that the low played for him in the first half and went over his head, that's at least a shot, let alone a shot on target. You know what I'm saying? So there is little elements there. You talking about us not utilizing Mino to his best, I agree with you. But I'm looking at things that we can still tweak to make this team better, because this is not the starting 11 we should have every game. Because I expect going into next game, ZIRKZEE to start. If he's fitness-wise, I expect him to start. And I'm looking at Mount, and I'm not going to lie, I'm looking at what he did today. To me, he's just useless. Only on the press is he effective, but I'm not going to lie. I'm not sacrificing a whole position on the pitch just for someone to run it on the press. I'm looking at him if he's not there. I'm looking at Mino being advanced up the pitch, Bruno being a little bit deeper, and then you have ZIRKZEE who likes to drop and pick up the ball. And there you go. That midfield already with your 9 looks better. Now, when that happens, are we going to create chances a little bit better? I would hope so, because I look at the quality of ZIRKZEE versus what Mount can bring. That should already add a lot more quality on the pitch. So that's what I'm saying. I don't want to jump the gun. Like, I'm not with these United fans that are saying, oh, I hated the door, never ignored. That's whatever. Yeah, no, like, we deserve some criticism today. But at the same time, we actually have to talk about what's actually was good and what we should look forward to improve. So there should be a fine balance.
No. Did you think Mason Mount and that behind the false 9 of Bruno was good?
It's garbage.
Go for it, Jacob. I'm sorry, brother.
I more have questions because honestly, the game kind of bored me. I'm not a tactical X's and O's whiteboard merchant.
It wasn't a good game because there wasn't a lot of goals.
But from my standpoint, it was pretty boring. And it did look a lot like United were trying to figure out what they were wanting to do. And Fulham aren't a bad side by any stretch of the imagination. They're well coached and they have some decent players. So for me, I think, from a bird eye point of view, to go out there, get 3 points your first match day. Obviously, there was Ten Hag. Y'all were thinking he was going to get sacked right after the FA Cup. Wins you the FA, ends up staying, and comes in, wins his first match. I think, things are never going to be perfect for any side. Match day one, there never are. You look at City, that's usually their worst match day, and that's why I actually give Chelsea a chance to draw tomorrow. But realistically, I just think that they went out there, they handled their business. He tried to look at. To me, I didn't like the whole Bruno in a false 9 Mount trying to operate that 10 position. I thought it was really weak. Once ZIRKZEE and Garnacho came on, I think is when United really looked alive. Outside of that, I thought it could have been anyone's game up until the 60th minute when y'all made those changes.
Well, I think Garnacho, actually, if I'm correct, Garnacho lost the ball twice in stupid positions. One way he went from a short corner, one way he got tackled. It looked like a foul, to be fair, which led to that chance that Maguire stopped. So on that was 2 bozo moments from one player's decision-making, in my opinion. I don't think Garnacho really done much to affect the game until later, obviously. He got that crossing. So I obviously missed that chance at the end of the game. The thing is, it's the part for me, which no one's realised, is go look at the type of shots they were taking and look how much we limited them to doing any of that stuff. No one's mentioned that. But yet, last year, we were talking about how open we were and how many shots are on our goal, on target.
That's a good point.
Nothing about the defensive side of things.
I drafted Onana in my fantasy team. I expected pelters.
No joke. I was sitting there, obviously on my phone, just watching the game, thinking, I don't really care what Fulham do. I feel comfortable again. It felt like the first season in year 1, and I thought I don't feel threatened. It is what it is.
But Cass, there was moments, right? There was moments where, like, if there was a pass that was on target in two different moments in that game.
I could say the same thing for Bruno. If Bruno decided to not shoot and give it to Ahmad on the right when he was
I didn't say that. I'm just telling you.
I love Bruno going for a header, though. That's kind of funny to watch.
Because they didn't have shots.
The guy has no hops, bro. It's actually funny.
I'm trying to listen. One second. Sorry, go on, Joey.
He has 0 hops.
So, like, all I'm saying is just because they didn't have the shots on target, those moments that we were that I'm talking about, that like it's just a pass away. It's like those are where like that's the. But the reason why I'm going at those moments is like that's the moments that people go at my club for and my defense for. So I'm just looking at it in the same. I'm just looking at it in the same aspect. If it's just a different pass away, then we're talking about a chance one-on-one with the keeper. And you guys had your one-on-ones with the keeper too. So it's like
by the way,
that's why I never thought it was Fulham's game to win. It was always your game to lose.
We've gone from the thing is, rivals in the chat, you can't make up your damn minds. At one moment, you're saying we're not going to beat Fulham. You know, Marco Silva's won 9 out of his last game week 1s and all this stuff like that, and that we're going to draw Mons or lose Mons or anybody else in the comments like Maradona. So you don't need to make up your minds. The same midfield is the same midfield that pretty much kept the ball ticking today around Fulham to keep them back so they can play on their transition.
Bro, they told me ESR hype, bro. ESR dagger. No. I don't want to hear this guy's name again.
This is what I'm saying. These lot can't make up their mind. Apparently, we have to implement a new system and it's got to work, right? You've got to see how it goes. Like, it's not going to take some sort of time. Like, we got players coming in still. That's the maddest part. And midfielders at that. So you know what it is? You, man, are salty. And you know what? I don't mind it. Something worked. And you don't want to credit it more because you just want to add the criticisms that we don't know about.
But why would anybody be salty about Manchester United?
I'm not.
Like, let's just be real.
What kind of dumb question is that?
That's a stupid-ass question, bro.
It's not a stupid-ass question because you guys are talking about,
Nah, bro, that's a dumb question.
About Man City or like Arsenal. Like,
bro, we win too many childhoods for you to be asking that question.
Bro, everyone wants to see United fail, Will. It's very simple.
Bro,
it's very simple. The whole world was watching that match today because it was the kickoff of the season. So it was a very important match. United have historically been giants. Everyone wants to see the top come down. And that's what it is. And it's a gross overreaction, in my opinion, to a mediocre performance where you still picked up 3 points. Great teams get 3 points even when they're not great. And I think that...
well, like yesterday in a Super Cup, yeah, when they had to rely on 2 moments of individual brilliance with a super team that's worth 2 billion these days. You know what I mean? No one wants to talk about that, though, Real Madrid, right, Will?
Well, people do talk about it, but at the end of the day,
Mbappe stinker, matched with a goal and hooked.
Hold on, wait, but we're not here to talk about Madrid, right? We're talking about Manchester United. What I'm saying is, I think that you guys like only view it from just like a banter side of things, but in general, like nobody's necessarily hating on Manchester United because I don't think that people actually view United as a threat to do anything this season. So then, like,
unless you're City, I'm gonna be honest with you. Unless you're City or Arsenal. I don't. It's only for banter, but yes, we won't impact their seasons. I'll tell you why Joey should be pissed because Joey's looking at it and he's like, you know what? These 3 points could be the difference between them getting Champions League and us, or them getting Europa League than us. These are the things that might impact. Jacob, same thing, because we're kind of.
You know what? Here's the other thing, Will, that you don't like. I don't know if you really get it either. Like, I grew up in a time frame where the only fan base that I had to really deal with on a consistent basis was those assholes. So, like, you don't understand the type of shit that I had to deal with when I was growing up. And like, hey, by the way, did I hate Cass? Did I hate throughout any of this? Yes. I'm not hating on this until you guys see the direction that you guys go is beyond
any criticism. Sorry, Joey. Any criticism is seen as hating, and man can't take the truth at times. And that's
you
gotta just suck off the performance.
Man are mistaking objectivity for hate. And like, we must all sit here and go, oh my god, fuck me, United, you guys, that was sex for my eyes.
Like that was beautiful football. You guys,
guys.
Oh, bro, I was falling asleep. I
said it was unrehearsed football. Like I actually criticized, but I feel like some of the criticism wasn't fair. The defending off the ball, I don't think it should be criticized.
No wait, but Mons is just saying that. No, wait, but what Mons is saying is the minute that you don't just praise everything that you saw and you give any kind of criticism, it doesn't matter. People can say
Mons.
I thought Staffy did that though.
I don't want to criticize.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, what more is I supposed to?
Bro, if you saw Staffy at full time, I thought they lost. I thought they got equalized or something.
I was really annoyed on my Watchalongs. Really annoyed.
They want to change that manager.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to criticize that team until I see the change. So
but the thing is, the first
guys wanted it. I know they did it too, but right before the FA Cup, they wanted it.
All right, the first comment I heard from Mons was off the ball we were shit, which I'm thinking, in what century off the ball would be shit? And second,
I gave certain players praise before
but that's like a backhand slap, bro.
I said on the ball, your attacking patterns on the ball were better.
That's a backhand because that's not fair.
I said your attacking patterns on the ball were better. I said last season you guys struggled to score goals.
That's cute and everything.
This season, I've seen now that you guys are putting together triangles that we're not used to seeing from the last couple of years. Now we're seeing combinations that we don't usually.
And off the ball we were good. We won
weren't good off the ball.
You weren't good off the ball today.
We won back. You weren't good off the ball in transition. Kobe was suffering off the ball.
Yeah,
he was suffering.
He was
crying out there.
By the way, he's just come back a week ago, just over a week ago. So shit. No one's gonna say that, by the way. That compliment. Also, second of all,
benefit him if the system was better.
You man have been here before, man.
Benefit Kobe if the system was different.
The difference is, Safi. No one's mentioned this time last year. No, wait 1 second. Last year, Fulham beat us at our gaff. And now we kept a clean sheet convincingly, in my opinion, more time than so compared to last year, and got the 3 points. So we've improved on that result.
Can I just do like one shout out about this game? One shout out. Good shit, Mazarawi. He played a really good game today. Like, he played a really good game today.
Thank you, Joey. I was waiting for that.
He came in not like with couple practices coming in, and he defended.
Did that last year. No one gave him props.
It was not an easy cover, especially first game week 1. Like, he played really well defensively for 60 minutes. Hey. Good job, man. That was a really good performance.
Bro, they told me we're gonna suffer.
Solanke get a hat trick.
I'm gonna hype my Arabic brethren. Like, that's just straight up. Like, if he plays well, I'm hyping him. Like, that's just straight.
Listen, bro. Last what's it called? When we sold the Erwin Bissaka, I had fans tell me we're gonna struggle now on defending because we're gonna miss Erwin Bissaka's one-on-one defending. Guess what? When you have a fullback that can actually keep the ball, whisper this quietly, you actually don't have to defend a lot because now you get to keep the ball. Okay. So the fact today that we didn't concede a lot of chances, it just maybe helps that you had a lot of good footballers on the pitch that could keep the ball. Okay. So that's number one. Number two, listen, if Aaron Wan-Bissaka had that block that he had in the first 5 minutes, everyone would be glazing him. Oh my God, the Spider. Let's all tweet Spider.
It's okay.
Bro, the Spider can fuck off the West Ham. I don't want to see this guy.
I don't
want to see this guy again. We got a real fullback now.
Bro, why are you talking about Aaron Wan-Bissaka? Bro, just let him move on. Y'all moved on, bro. It's all good.
Fuck Bissaka, bro. I had to suffer 5 years of this guy.
Mazraoui is an automatic upgrade. Aaron Wan-Bissaka is his time is done. But,
not even a question.
But again, I just what I don't want to see, or don't want it to make it seem that like cool, give a compliment, cool. Yeah, I was waiting for guys to see that. The second we start giving critiques, rivals are bitter. Ugh, it's just salty. Man can't take that. We got 3 points on our first game. Like, what are we doing?
No, you know it's cheeky.
Any negative thing we say, it seems like we're hating.
No,
welcome back to Premier League.
No, it's cheeky because
people just trying to enjoy themselves.
I'm sorry. That second half was dross.
Anyway, that's cheeky. Yeah. One, we changed our centre back pairing. Two, Mons Casey was saying there's 2 days left. There's 24 hours and 5 minutes left. There's all these minutes left until under the lights on a Friday against Fulham. Last year. But as soon as we want to be back a little bit shameless, these men want to start doing, we can't even give praise because you're saying our salty. Yes, the fucking soul you lot can be salty, and I will claim it. I will keep saying it because you are cheeky, my friend. Because guess what? I've been saying 12:30 tomorrow. Are you even confident that you're going to collect 3 points tomorrow? No, you're not.
I'm sorry. Does this stream say Liverpool versus Ipswich or Man United?
No, but it's relevant. It's relevant. I've collected my points. I'm going to sleep nicely. You're not sleeping nicely. That's the difference.
Bro, I'm going to sleep nicely knowing that you man have not. I'm going to sleep nicely knowing that after all of these changes and all these signings, I ain't see much of a difference.
Well, because we didn't
guys aren't that good. You just went pound for pound with Fulham at home.
Right, let me know which change was in the side. Let me know which change was in the side. Once.
Your credit.
Tell me all the signings that were on the pitch today.
Bro, there are also still signs of the same old United, and there are also signs that you have been better on.
Are you listening?
Okay to say that.
I don't necessarily disagree with Mons, to be honest.
Are you listening? Let me know which players or signings that were on the pitch today from minute one. Which one?
Mazraoui started. He was the one who.
And when did ZIRKZEE come on?
Last 20 minutes.
60th.
About 60. He came on the 60th minute. Let me know when did it come on. By the way, new change of pair. Go on.
At the end.
So
okay, wait. Because
the same 11. So technically, the same 11. Actually, same 10 that we see that we don't like, called Dusty, a +1, was the same team we saw last year. That the same team also got defeated. Where were all the signings on the pitch at the same time? Let me know.
Okay, Cass. As I said.
Wait, Cass. So then you're happy with this performance then?
Because you know what? I don't like a lot of the man. No, there's
a few man on the
pitch I don't like. There's a few man on the pitch I don't rate. Yeah. No. There's a few man on the pitch I don't rate personally. Innit? That's as simple as that. There's some I like, I've critiqued and I'm not a fan of. And I wasn't expecting much when I saw that. I'm like, oh shit, we have Mason Mount up front, bro. We don't even have a striker on the pitch. And all that. Let me see this team when I see the lift at the back. Let me see this team when Mazraoui is on the team with them. Let me see on the team when we get a midfielder and whoever else we signed for the first team. Then I can judge the 11 a little bit more fairly, at least. But what I saw was a team that got defeated. The same team got defeated last year. Win today. Defensively looked all right, comfortable in my opinion, and done better than what we seen all along. Last time I checked. Fulham put us in a chokehold last year at Old Trafford.
Is Mason Mount going to be your 10 next match?
I heard it earlier by Mons specifically, Iwobinho. No, was that Iwobinho? No, was it that Mons? Iwobinho? Oh, okay, cool.
If I may, just for a second, real quick, because I feel like I'm in a pretty decent spot where I don't really care if you're happy about it, don't care if you really critique the performance. For me, the game was boring, and I've already said that. But I've got more questions about going forward because I know Bruno's not going to be in a false 9 next match, right? Surely that's something that's
maybe.
Bro, if you're going to do that, you got to play direct. You can't be lobbing balls into the box hoping that young man going.
ZIRKZEE only had half an hour, and he's not had a preseason.
Airbud looking at.
Got to think about stuff like that, innit?
But for me, Mason Mount in the 10, I was like, okay, let's see what he could do. And I was actually genuinely curious because when he got subbed off, I was like, I feel like every other time he touched the ball, it got taken away. And so I was curious, and I looked at the numbers to see if that was true. And so Mason Mount, with 61 minutes, he had 27 touches, which is crazy from what is supposed to be a creative standpoint on the pitch. I think that
He's not
27
creative,
touches.
though, Jacob.
But like a
Finish
10
that
is
highlight.
supposed to be. Isn't that what you tell me in FIFA? You say, oh, I give the ball away because I touch the ball the most.
Hold on.
That's what you tell me in
Okay.
FIFA.
Okay, can I tell you why it's different? Okay, McTominay played for us in the 10 last season. Does that mean that we rely on him for creation? Do you
But
expect
that was
us to
only.
look at McTominay like I need you to straight
Bruno
pass?
still came into that like he would
But
start out
just
on the
answer
right.
that.
And he,
So I just want you to answer that in isolation. When McTominay was playing in the 10, did we look at him and I was like, yeah, that's the guy that's going to create for United? Or did we look at him more as like, okay, this guy's is a box crasher. He's just gonna be there to be trailing the striker and getting on the edit.
Yeah,
We look at
yeah,
it that
yeah.
way, right? That's the
Yeah,
same
but-
thing with
but-
Mason
yeah.
Mount. Mason Mount, when he plays in that position, it's only because Bruno in the false 9. If we don't have Bruno in the false 9, I promise you, what's his name? Mount would never be in the 10. He's
So when
there
it-
to number one, execute the press. Because if you look at the line, he sets up right next to Bruno. It looks like a 4-2-4. Now, at no point today when they were playing did you see one more advanced than the other. They moved together. Even and when we didn't have the ball, it looked like we had two strikers. He was there to run, and he was there just to do little link-ups on the left-hand side. Actually, he was more on the right-hand side today, which I found weird. There's no creation that comes from him. That's why Bruno drops a lot. That's what a false 9 does. A false 9 is a false striker. He's not really a striker. He's just sitting on paper in the striker position. That's why when ZIRKZEE comes in, to answer your question, ZIRKZEE must play the next game if he's fit. Because ZIRKZEE can do what Bruno does in the false 9, and that means that Bruno goes back to the role behind him, and he's better on the ball than Mount, and he creates more chances than Mount. He
So
was
where
shit
does Mount
today.
go?
On the bench, bro. I don't want to see this guy in the 11. That's a simple. Why do you think this guy should be starting? This guy is nothing more than a utility player. If you're asking me right now, what change would I make next game? That is the first
I mean,
one.
I'm just looking at the optics of money, the number 7 shirt, which is an iconic thing. Like
That's
I was
already
a
a waste,
child.
Jacob.
Red
That's already
7
a waste.
shirts are everywhere.
wait.
Like
I've been saying for the last 4 years that this guy is a bum, and people I didn't want to
I
hear.
never
me.
rated this guy at Chelsea, bro.
well, I mean, me either. I never really thought he was that
think
good at
he's a
Chelsea.
different
But
I think maybe Joey might agree with me. I think
Was
he's
it
a
65
different,
million?
He's a complete different player than the one he was 3 years ago at Chelsea. Even
Facts.
like he's
That's why I
he's-
said about
he's
3-4
bulked-
years ago he changed. He
He's
was not the
bulked up.
same.
He's not
person.
as streamlined. His ball striking's a bit
so
different now.
65 million. I know, like as fans,
Right.
y'all don't want Mason Mount, but
completely
like
different player.
from a
55,
club
55.
standpoint, they got to be looking at it like we spent a good amount of money on this guy. Surely we got to have him involved.
Ineos didn't. The other regime did.
It was, yeah, to be fair.
Oh,
it's
that's
not their fault.
that's true. Yeah,
That's
yeah.
right.
It's
That-
the bums.
And I remember
I
he
forgot
used to
that
get the
y'all
ball and
switched
do,
up
like
last year.
he'd get the ball and kind of just be pretty much good at a lot of things. I remember the
Right,
goal he scored against
right,
us when you got the ball.
He used to
and
be
he-
able
he
to
got in-
make turns and like
Yeah, on the
actually
half
take
turn.
people. And
His half turn was
and he had-
good, his
he
ball
had a
striking
little
was
bit
good.
of burst of pace, so he could get.
Cass,
hot
do you think Cass and Staffy, do you think you'll ever get that Mount, the one we saw 3 years ago at
No.
Chelsea?
He looks like a shell of himself, bro.
He won't
I
be as
didn't even
supposed-
rate the old one.
On anyway.
And the old one was better than this one. So this one is a lot worse.
Yeah, at least the older one got GA. He got GA. He was decent on the half
Yeah, he
turn.
went 10-10 a couple years, I think, for a couple years.
And correct
Yeah.
me, Joey, if I'm wrong. He didn't play like a winger, but he kind of played in that position, like an inside forward behind whoever
Yeah,
striker
yeah.
you had,
Right.
which was very good. His link up was good, his half turn was good, and his ball striking was good. So like he was kind of effective in that phone. He's one of those that look
it's
ugly
what
throughout
we
the
do,
game, but
right?
with a GA. And he's nothing like that now.
And the thing is what you know what I think it was happening is they try to put him in more in like a midfield role after he played so much more of like a winger role for so long, and it never really fit what he like his attributes. Like he was good at pressing, but he was never good at tracking back. So like and so it's like one-on-one scenarios he makes a lot of fouls. Like it's just like it doesn't normally translate well for a midfielder with the type of attributes that he has, unless you're playing him in the 10. And even in the 10, if he's not going to be like this close man connector, he doesn't have the passing range as like a real 10, and he's not quick enough to get around people anymore after his injuries. So now it's like, where do you really play him?
I don't mind him. If he's a utility player, then so be it. I don't give a shit.
I mean,
Why
that's
do
what
I
he is
care?
now.
Listen,
Why do
he's
I?
gonna go
just
down.
thank you for taking him off my hands. That's all. I
Yeah,
can
fuck
say.
you
I
for
know.
that. But listen, let me tell you this, and I'm ready to say it. I am convinced Mason Mount will go down in history as the worst number 7 in United, because I don't see with the current players we have and where we're trying to head with the players that we have right now or the players that we're trying to get, where this guy's gonna have a major role to justify how much we paid for him and for the 7. I wish in a different world Mason Mount was like an academy graduate, like Jesse Lingard, who just existed there for years, who has a limited role, who never costed us anything, and then doesn't wear the 7. I'd look at him, I'm like, you know what, bro? He's a decent player to have off the bench. You'll have a use in certain games. You can come off the bench. You can start in certain games where I just need legs and I need someone to press. But to have a major role for what we originally signed him for, I don't see that ever happening, bro. And I think we all need to accept that's not going to happen.
Bro, either way,
Big
I
up,
don't
Cass,
care.
let me get
He done
through
his job.
super
Oh,
chat.
go.
Big up Aya. He says the attacking fluidity for United was much better. The only issue that persisted was the control in the midfield. I agree. Fair point. Big up yourself. Blaze A says, not talking about this game really. All we're doing is calling out United fans who said they were getting third because of backroom change. Same United, better players. Big up Blaze. He has another chat saying the Ahmad hypers on here saying ESR hype. I can't. That is quite ironic.
We got told, you know, like preseason Smith Rowe's banging in goals, daggers.
We got told Ahmad was one of the best wingers in the league, and
he is already.
Took 50 minutes.
No, it's because I don't mind that he was, innit? Man he done a couple things. People didn't finish off.
Look, Kaz, you know me, boy to boy. You know I rate Ahmad, but he was not good today, bro. Just say he wasn't.
Bro,
and that's okay. It's first game of the season. It's not gonna dictate his whole season.
Yeah, it's all right if he doesn't have.
I've got a question for anyone who may know the answer to it.
One game.
Are the viewers moving like Mason Mount with the like button, or are they moving like ZIRKZEE with the like button? That's what I want to know.
What are the likes saying? I mean, we got.
Yeah, I know there's probably a boat ton of people here, and I know the ratio ain't gonna be right. It's gonna be like Mason Mount when he touched the ball.
And 200 likes. Yeah, the
that's Mason Mount stats, bro. I'm telling you. Something told me today feels like a Manchester 7 kind of day.
Yeah,
I love that I could say that.
Guys, it takes a second to hit the like button. Literally a second. One click, it's down there somewhere. It's also to the left if your setup's a little bit different. So make sure you are smashing that like button as well.
Cass, I do have a question for you though, bro. Like with its midfield acquisitions that you wanted to, that you've been like wanting, right? Do you think and you told me backstage like Burge and what was the other one? Ugarte.
Yeah, Ugarte.
Do you think that really is the style of midfielders that's going to allow you? Because, like, in the end, we're building around Manu, right? Like, that's the idea. We're building around Manu in the midfield, right? So, like, do you really think that, like, those two type of guys are really, like, style of midfielders you need? Or do you think they're more stopgap style players?
No, I reckon they're going to be short-term features until next year, until there's a long-term one. Obviously, like I said, this has been an opportunistic window, but you can see when Man United need to cover space and win back the ball quick like they did today, that's where Garte's effective, getting across, staying on his feet. And if there's going to be some games where I need to see Sander Berge control the midfield because we don't have the midfield as it stands to go forward. Like, you need him to break the two centre-backs sometimes, and so you can control a game a little bit better against a team that's not so defensive. So I think they're going to be both utilised. It might be in a day where you're 2-0 up and you're like, oh shit, let me just throw Ugarte and Sander Berge. You know what? Actually, fuck it. Throw Casemiro in the 8 and let them press up the top and win the ball back too like that, and then obviously see the winner. So you need options. The thing is with Man United, I don't think the issue is really the attacking midfielders. There's just a lack of defensive type of midfielders that can do something to a degree where it's like, okay, it puts you in a place where there's, you know, I feel that you can probably go and get top 4.
I believe someone more box to box, in my opinion. Like, that's just my personal opinion. Someone who covers a lot more ground going forward and backwards than playing like a Bruno. If you're gonna play like Manu, and I would want Manu in more advanced areas. Like, I need someone who's gonna be able to come back and on that final third next to your 6 on the other side of the 8 and cover that ground and help the 6 out a bit. where Bruno and Mainu going both grading forward just creates an imbalance, in my opinion. Like it's always going to create.
I don't personally like them together because unfortunately there's not an ideal number 6 that can do everything in it because it is what it is. That's it. There's no other Rodris that exist, you know. And there's no Camavingas in the world that you can go and put there either, who I think would be dope in that 6. But it is what it is, isn't it? We need options for the future.
Fair, man. That was just a quick question about the midfield. That's all.
Yeah, once that happens, I think it's gonna be a pattern.
And like about the game as well, Cass. I remember you just said, well, not just, but I know earlier you was like that you weren't worried about Fulham and stuff. I think that your manager was a little bit, right? It was still 0-0, and you guys brought on 2 defenders, right? You guys brought on and Johnny Evans.
You
needed a goal.
Maguire got injured.
Maguire got injured.
Maguire strained his calf apparently, and the second one, I guess it was just like I don't know.
So then, okay. So then why bring on 2 though? Why bring on 2?
Because I think it's just Mazraoui's fitness.
In the United shirt for one, and he came off.
Yeah, you can't leave Mazraoui out there, bro. That's why.
Yeah, and then
Mazraoui just got there. You can't let him play.
Yeah, secondly, Maguire, and also then you don't look at the first 2 substitutions, which were positive ones.
Yeah, but after the first substitutions, right, you still needed a goal, right? It was still 0-0, and you. Yeah,
but I think the idea was always to get the licked minutes. That's true. He wants that partnership. He don't want Maguire as your first team partner. Let's be real.
No, I mean, fair enough. I just think that Ten Hag is a very lucky manager. Like, I feel like he always just like gets away with it. And like, there's always a last minute goal or something. Like, that
was like Real Madrid of last year with Bellingham, innit?
Bro, like, what are we doing here? Like, what kind of conversation do you really want to have here? Go ahead. Because we can have a Real Madrid conversation.
But you're gonna throw stuff out there. I agree. I think Ten Hag's been lucky in some cases, but at the same time,
so if you agree, then why are you talking about my club?
You can't sit there and say that.
Don't let him get. Don't let him get.
Have a look at yourself and your own manager.
Nah, well, look, but the difference is we're successful and you guys have not been.
You got a super squad. It's impossible to not be successful.
Oh, okay. Hold on. Wait. Okay, fine. So since you want to keep bringing up Madrid, right? You were talking about who didn't have a preseason and he didn't play. What? Like who was it earlier that you brought up and said, oh, he have a preseason?
Kobe Manu.
Yeah, Kobe Manu. Oh, he never preseason. Okay, well, Mbappe didn't either. Mbappe got back last week.
And
everybody just expects him and Vinny to just have chemistry and score 5 goals before halftime.
I don't know why Mbappe would only come back last week. Did he get to a final? And second of all, that's a shame.
He had no surgery. He had surgery.
Oh, who gives a fuck? Oh yeah, you know what? Fair enough. And then also the difference is, which you can also say, Mbappe is naturally athletic. Everyone can see Manu is not naturally athletic like that, isn't it? It's just one of those things. I think he's a great athlete.
Now we want to point out.
But there's some I reckon there's some man whose body, like just the way their bodies are, like Mons. Yeah, if me and Mons come and had no preseason, Mons will come back fitter and sharper than me if we had no training because that's how he naturally is. Where I'm different. That's the way it is.
Right, well,
by the way, Mbappe had a moment.
Yeah, he wasn't all that. Yeah, Mbappe wasn't.
But hold on, wait. Mbappe had a decent game. Like just because he didn't go bad. Nah, stop it. Stop it. And also, he didn't get that many chances either. So you really only had 2 chances.
Like, the first comment is what we're doing here, right? We're the first comment, right?
Like what are we talking about here?
The first one you said, but that's questionable.
He had a decent game. He wasn't awful. He had a decent game. He didn't really get that many chances, right? He still has to learn how to play off of Vinny. He was playing central. I know they were interchanging, but again, it's the first time he's ever played an official, like any kind of game. No preseason, no nothing. So come on now.
I'm saying with good players in a super squad, it's impossible to have a bad game, regardless.
All right. Well, if that's what you think. Point is, we're still talking about Manchester United and how you guys were struggling against Fulham.
He's supposed to be the best player in the world, and you're not holding him to that standard already. So let's move on.
It's mad, isn't it? It's crazy.
Bro, it's his first game.
I don't give a damn if it's his first game. He's the best player in the world, supposedly.
Well, that's idiotic. Well, yeah. Well, that's idiotic.
I don't give a damn.
All right, yeah, no, look. So you gotta play central.
Best player in the world,
I guess. Play off of Vinicius in your first official game.
I mean, I don't know.
Like, what are we talking about here, Joey? Like, what are we talking about?
What am I talking about? You know exactly what I'm talking. I don't need to I didn't stutter. I didn't it's.
Yeah, look, Joey, this is not FIFA, bro. Like, if you want to see like a hat trick before halftime, then go play FIFA. This is real life. In real life, people gotta adjust the system.
He was
Actually,
He
you
was
know, the
poor.
way you build your team is exactly like FIFA Ultimate Team, though.
Well, we got
Vinny
the tools to
looks
do
better
that.
than
All right.
him. Plain and simple.
Who looks better than him?
Vinny looked better than him in the game.
Oh, because Vinny's a better player. Yeah, no, Vinny's the best player in the world.
Okay.
All right, fair enough. All right, we go back to Manchester United. We here talking about Madrid.
Well, I can't lie. I'm happy I got 3 points.
Listen, Man United have got their 3 points at the end of the day, man. We don't know if everyone's even going to get their 3 points this week. So again, Man United have won their game. They move on to the next one. You take their positives and you try work on the negatives, and that's the bottom line, isn't it?
Just put the D-Day thing up. Well, you had the D-Day little clip. Go put the D-Day thing up. It's D-Day. Like, if you got Man City, that one.
It is D-Day today. You have Man City.
Thank you.
That trim is mad.
What's the context for that, man? What's the context?
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care. Let me tell you, we don't care.
What was the context for that?
I think someone was verbaling me about my game when they had Man City, and I must have just said, "Wait, how you went on to me? You man have Man City today. It's D-Day today. What are you talking about?" You know what I'm saying? But it's actually not D-Day today. It's D-Day tomorrow for the Chelsea. It's D-Day. But then they got no Rodri. So is it really going to be D-Day?
Sunday.
Is it really going to be D-Day?
Beat them.
Hey,
like Chelsea will win.
It's going to be a fun game to watch. The best chance we got in City in a while, bro.
So
we're healthy.
Tomorrow it's Arsenal and Liverpool out of the top 6 that are in that are playing. So we'll have to see. And obviously, I think Villa are playing.
Newcastle, West Ham, no?
Newcastle Villa. I mean West Ham Villa.
West Ham Villa.
West Ham Villa. Yeah.
Let me get that.
That's just gonna be a banger.
You lot, make sure you're smashing the like button. Make sure you're subscribing to everyone's channels in the description below. Support the people around us. Make sure you're smashing the like button, not on a Mason Mount thing. You know what I'm saying? Big up. Is there anything else anyone wants to say before we wrap this up?
Do some predictions for tomorrow.
What?
Do some predictions for tomorrow.
All right. Liverpool Ipswich.
Say it once.
What you saying, Mons?
Well, 3-1 Liverpool.
I'm going for a 1-1.
2-1 Liverpool.
I think it's gonna be 2-0 Liverpool.
Yeah, I'm with Jacob. I think 2-0.
Don't let it happen, bro.
Arsenal versus Wolves.
3-0.
I think Arsenal 3-0.
3-0, man.
3-1.
1-1, Jacob?
Wolves.
1-0 Arsenal.
2-1 Wolves.
1-0 Arsenal.
2-1 Wolves.
Kieran McKenna's got me a little something.
Oh yeah, there was another super chat as well. Sorry, big up Blaze. He goes, Joey, United fan said Ahmad's clear of Chelsea and Spurs as wingers.
Absolutely.
Well, you know, we did just sign the French Pele today, so you can.
Are you serious, Cass?
You can hold that.
Are you actually serious? Better than Palmer?
I think Palmer's in a
better than Cole?
Better than who?
Better than
the
French Pele.
He's not better than Neto. He's not better than Neto already.
I'm just
better than Palmer?
Did I stutter?
Okay, buddy.
Yeah. Right. Listen, guys, I'm gonna leave it there, man. And we'll see you guys tomorrow. Listen, man. I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care. Take care, people.